That's all I have to do.
It says recording on mine.
Excellent. Well, it says it on mine as well. Welcome back to the Yes Longevity Podcast, where we give you insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Hi, I'm Chris Porter, owner of Y.E.S Fitness, and I'm coming to you from my home because I don't know. I just don't want to go back to the coaching center to do this evening. I have a special guest with me tonight, Laura Austin. She's been on a few times before. She's always willing to really give us an insight of what it's like to be a client at Y.E.S Fitness. But before we get started, Laura, I need to go over just a little bit of housekeeping. We have got 4th of July coming up this weekend, and we will be open Friday morning till noon. So we'll run our normally scheduled sessions Friday morning until noon, and we will close. And we will be closed on July 4th, Saturday, and we will reopen on July 6th, Monday, July 6th, for all our normally scheduled sessions. So that's where we're at. I hope everybody has a safe and happy 4th of July. I'm still under a little bit of lockdown. Please continue to do some social distancing. We're doing a great job here in Connecticut, looks like. Looks like our numbers are good. So let's keep doing what we're doing. So let's get on with this evening. We've got Laura Austin. Let me just tell you a little quick about Laura Austin. She is our winner of the quarantine games. She was our highest point getter, which congratulations.
Thanks.
And, she won herself 30 days free at our coaching center.
Yay.
You could even come onto the private if you wanted, but I know you're a group person.
I am. I like the group. I like the people.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm so happy that you like participated and you went after it. A lot of people went after the quarantine games. We're going to talk about those in a second, but let's talk a little bit back. Let's backtrack a little bit. The closing, the shutdown. You are one of those people that get to the center 3-4 times a week easily, sometimes 5 times a week. You're very committed to your exercise program. How did you feel when the shutdown happened?
Well, I think like everybody, being told you can't do the things that you like to do was very frustrating, but you needed to do it for safety reasons. And it was very difficult, especially since when we first had our shutdown, you kind of had the exercises online, which was great. So you could still do it, but there was no accountability. So I would do it and I'm like, I don't want to do 15. I only want to do 5. Or I don't like that exercise, so maybe I won't do that one. It was not the same. And then when you had it on Zoom, that was much better because at least we could see some of the people that we haven't seen in a while, and that was great. But as soon as you were able to get in there, I wanted to be able to get back into the actual gym.
Yeah, it started off with just being a 2-week thing. And okay, so what are we going to do for 2 weeks? And we kind of just scrambled a little bit. But then as this thing just grew longer and longer and longer, I realized that we had to do something different. We needed to, step up our game here a little bit. And Zoom was great for a couple things. Not only did it allow you guys to get to see each other, interact again with each other, like,
right.
I mean, that's why you come to a coaching center. So many people were like, oh, I can't work out at home. I hate working out at home. I can't do it. That's why
you can't motivate yourself a lot. I mean, I can do it. I can get on the bike or get on an elliptical and do it, but it's just not the same.
It's not the same as having a coach over your head. Everybody thinks you can just go to a coach's gym and just do what you want to do and you're working hard and doing right. It's not the same as having accountability and having someone there coaching you, which we were able to do once we got to Zoom as well. We could watch your form. We could give you some encouragement. We could tell you when you might be doing something wrong. So Zoom really was a game changer for us during the pandemic. So we also realized that it was time to try to keep people going, because the longer this lasted, the harder it was to keep people engaged. And we got a little bit of nice weather. So that's when we came up with the quarantine games. And you hopped right on that. I mean, what made you really want to go after that?
Well, I needed something to keep myself motivated, one. And a lot of the things that you asked us to do were really interesting. They're not the normal games that we've done in the past. You had us try new recipes. reach out to, different people, just things that you don't normally see in an exercise type of game. It was a lot of fun to reach out to people and to um, try new things. The exercises that you did make us do, I didn't always like, but I did them.
It was a much more of a habit-based type program than a
Yes,
results-based, in the sense that we needed to get to a body composition, we needed to lose a certain amount of fat, and that type of
right.
challenge. This was a habit-based challenge, and really, the people that did the habit-based challenge all the way through that, I know I've had some people get on the InBody scan and take a look, and they didn't gain the COVID-15 because they
Yeah,
did all these little things. Yes, we reached out to some people because it's really important for stress. It's really important for depression. We did just some random acts of kindness. We did do some
yeah,
exercise.
which was really sweet.
We did some new recipes, which is good, right? Because we
Yeah, I
knew,
tried a lot of good recipes.
and we did some different stuff too. It was like some appetizers, because we knew when this was over, we're going to be going to some people's houses and we're going to be sitting down and having a little party. So let's have some stuff in our back pocket, in our bag, ready to go. So it was a little bit different. We haven't done anything like that before, and we'd probably do something like that again. Hopefully, it won't be because of a shutdown, but it'll just be because
Yeah,
of a little habit-based thing, rather than just the grind of, you know. And we did still have the nutrition stuff in there, as far as drinking water,
yes,
getting protein every meal, having vegetable or fruit at every meal. All that kind of stuff was involved in it. It was incorporated in with other things, rather than just being that, blinders on, as far as let's get some results with body
right.
composition, because all the other things that we had you do all affect the results of a body composition challenge. Everybody thinks it's just about diet and exercise, but it's more than that. Stress. We worked on sleep habits, right?
Oh yeah, that
Mhm.
one was a good one.
Uh-huh.
Um, because I try to get that anyways,
Mhm.
but I knew that I was getting up earlier in some ways, so I had to go to bed earlier.
A little bit earlier. That's right. All right. So
I had
this
to
is
adjust.
this is dragging on now, right? We're whatever 3 months or so,
Yeah.
and the time comes that we're able to open. So why did you decide to come through our doors right away? Because there are so many people that are still holding back, despite the research on gyms and what needs to be done and how it actually spreads. You were ready to jump right back into it.
Well, I think because, we've been on Zoom, you had your weekly Wednesday night
Mhm.
Zooms, and you were really talking to all of us and telling us what you were doing to, one, make it safe. I mean, you were figuring out how to clean properly. Um, and then you laid it all out. I mean, really, when you walk in there, you can't just walk in. You're not walking in through the front doors like we used to.
Mhm.
Um, we all have our masks on. We all are washing our hands as soon as we get into our little pods.
Mhm.
Um, I just, the washing down of everything, it made me feel more comfortable. Um, I I'm one of those people who are going out anyways. I was always going out to work. I always have a mask on. So I was a little concerned about working out with a mask on, and I'm glad that I'm not,
Mhm.
because I find it very hard after working all day with a mask on. That I'm definitely more tired at the end of the day. So I was glad I didn't have to do that. But it just felt like I needed to see actual people and to interact. But I also wanted to have the coach actually see me, because a lot of times I have had injuries in the past. I tend to overcompensate. I want somebody actually watching me.
Mhm.
That's why I'm going to a gym like this. So I have somebody really paying attention to my form. I have a tendency to get lackadaisical with that, and then I can re-injure myself. I didn't want to do that. So I felt very safe with all the things that you put in place to make sure it was safe. Uh, you did a great job. I mean, spraying everything down. As soon as we walk out, I don't think we've all like completely walked out, and they were already cleaning and getting things ready
Right.
for the next group. which is great. And we're washing it down too, because we want to make sure that everybody who's going there, they're all of our friends. We want everybody to be safe as well. So I think that because we've got such a great community that we're all watching out for each other, nobody wants to see anybody get sick with this.
Mm,
But at the same time, we do want to interact and work out together.
mm. The Wednesday night happy hour that we used to have,
Yeah.
it did help me communicate to you guys and let you know that these were the things that were coming down the road. And we really have just followed the recommendations of the state as far as cleanliness and things like that. I know when you walk out of the room, if you ever walk out and come back in again, I mean, it just smells, reeks of alcohol because we're just spraying everything down. It really smells in there. And it doesn't, that evaporates pretty quickly and cleans up pretty quickly. So did you have any fears coming back? And there's some people that have some fears about coming back.
Well, you have fears with everything these days.
Mm-hmm.
But once I saw everything when I was in there, I really felt fine.
Mm-hmm.
The pods that you have set up there really not that close to one another. I mean, you have way more than enough space around you.
You got to have 12 feet not to wear a mask. So we've made
Yeah,
sure that
you have plenty of room.
Mm-hmm.
And you've even moved things around even more so that you can have more people in, which I was shocked. I heard that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did do that. And you know what? We don't use that equipment that much anymore. We're actually probably going to try to sell some of it because it's just taking up space that we can use to get more clients in the door. I think another thing that's pretty nice about what we're doing is nobody's sharing any equipment. You get your equipment, you wipe it down. You're the only one who uses it. When you're done, you wipe it down. We put it away, we wipe it down. We spray down the room. All that stuff is happening. It's an extremely clean environment right now. Not that it was dirty before, but we've had to go up. Yeah.
But it makes you feel more comfortable, because you have your own little. It's almost like you were doing it at home,
Mm-hmm.
but in your little pod in the gym where you have somebody watching you and having your friends nearby. So you can sit there and say, how are you? Because we haven't seen, and that's just as important as working out, honestly, sometimes.
It really is.
I get to, like I said, I get to go to work and I am seeing people, but a lot of people are not. And that may make people more nervous because I am one of those people that are going out. But just like when we come into the facility, at your facility, at my facility, we are constantly washing our hands. I wear a mask all day long. But we're taking the same precautions everywhere we go.
Mm-hmm. There are still some concern, and I respect that. There's some people with underlying conditions. We absolutely have to respect that all the time. But people don't know this usually. I've talked about it before that really the number one factor for longevity is socialization, and not even family socialization with people that you don't know, people that you do know, and really right behind that is the socialization with your family. Those two things are neck and neck in longevity. So when you say that it's important, people don't realize how important it is to get into an environment like that and just interact and connect with people, like people, because we're all there because we like to exercise and we know how important it is to exercise. Believe it or not, I mean, when we sit back and we take a look at this, and I don't blame any of the governments, I don't blame any of our leaders because no one's gone through this before, and it's a lot of research and they change their mind on this and that. But quite honestly, what we're doing right now, we could have done the second week this thing happened. We could have done exactly what we're doing 3 months ago. We didn't really need to be closed for 3 months to realize that, hey, let's just be 12 feet apart and have a whole lot of sanitation going on. But we are where we are right now, and it is what it is. And, I'm just glad to see that we got some people back.
Yeah.
Because exercise is like, I think next week's podcast, I'm going to talk about some things that I take away from COVID-19. And I'm hoping that one of the things that people took away, not that I took it away, that people took away that exercise is more than just losing weight. There's so much more to exercise than losing weight. It's about your health. It's about your mindset. It's about your ability to move and enjoy life. It's not always because nutrition is the number one thing for fat loss. Exercise is part of it, but I just hope that I think people started to realize that a little bit, because you notice how many people are out walking. It took a pandemic to get people to get out walking.
I know.
What is it going to take for people to understand how that's more important than walking is strength training to be able to enjoy life? I don't know what it's going to take, but I'm hoping something happens that wakes people up to understand how important it is to lift weights. Because
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't walk, but lifting weights is as important, if not more important, if done correctly. So now that you're back, how are you feeling?
Well, I definitely got used to the same weights that I was using for a while, so I need to step it up a little bit.
There you go. Time to step it up a little bit. People came back. We had to ease back into it. It was unbelievable. A couple of comments. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but a couple of comments just
No.
in my head. One gentleman said that I needed this to realize how much I needed to come here. I needed to have this time off. And now that I've had this time off, I really know and understand why I need to come to your facility, because he is back to square one. People always say, I always say this, you don't realize what kind of shape you're in until you stop and start again,
Doing it.
because you just don't know what kind of shape we've gotten you in. And then when you stop, even if you go away for vacation for 2 weeks and you come back, what a difference it is now, 3 months. So that made me feel really good, because we're trying to get this guy for months to just be consistent. And he's been very consistent, but to really realize on his own that this is so important. And then I had another person say to me that after his first workout, we took it easy on him. And he left the door. He goes, that was pretty easy today. I said, well, let's just see how you feel tonight, tomorrow, and we can step it up the next time. He came back for his next workout. He said, I did not realize how out of shape I was, because he went home that night and crashed on the couch. He wasn't even that he was that sore the next day, because he was a little bit sore. Just the energy that it took for him to get through that workout. So we actually had to take people back down a little bit. You don't get in shape overnight. We took us 3 months to get out of shape. It's not going to take us 3 months to get back into shape, but it's going to take a little time.
Bit.
So you're seeing it right now, because you're catching up to your weights already. It's time to kick it up a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I went back when I first came back in the very first time. I went up a little bit heavier, and I was just dying. It was like it was the first time I had done the exercises. I was so sore the next day. Like, this is the middle of the month. I shouldn't be this sore doing the same exercises, but I was, because I stepped it up.
It's a shame how quickly we lose it and how long it takes to get it back. It's not fair.
I hope it's not going to take that long.
No, because you have muscle memory, and between muscle memory and you knowing what it's like to work out and what it takes to get in shape, you'll get in shape a lot faster than we were before.
Okay. I'm hoping. I'm ready to put the time in.
So what's it looking like for you the next few months in there? You have some goals set, or you just, I know it's the summertime.
I want to get back to where I was as far as strength. I think with this whole COVID thing, yes, I'm concerned about my weight, but that doesn't concern me as much as my health. As long as I fit into my clothes and I'm strong and I can have the stamina, that's what I'm looking for right now, I think.
We probably won't run some type of fat loss challenge until a couple weeks into September, because there's just people still don't want to come back to the coaching center. It's the summertime. I just don't think it's the right time to try something like that. I think we just need to get everybody back in, feeling comfortable, getting fit, and then maybe when September 15th hits or something like that, then we go for it. We got people back in shape a little bit, and their mindsets are ready to work hard again. As far as to achieve that kind of goal, I mean, everybody's mindset is to get in there and work hard, but to say, okay, now I'm going to get focused because the summer's over. I'm feeling comfortable in the gym. All right, let's go for this thing again. So I'm looking probably second or third week in September to do something.
Okay. I'm game.
I know you're game.
I always like a good challenge. It helps to keep me motivated.
Yeah.
I'm very, you tell me to try to do something, I'm going to try to do it. I don't like to divert.
Challenges aren't for
plan.
everybody, but they definitely are for some people for sure. Definitely
It
for sure.
helps me.
Mhm.
And
Well, I
and
really
and
appreciate you coming on here this evening, Laura, and giving us some insight
oh,
of
it's my
what you're
pleasure.
doing
It's a
in
good
life.
group of people. I want people to come back. I want them to feel safe.
Mhm,
But I respect all the people who are a
mhm,
little bit nervous. I get that, but I don't want them to
mhm.
feel like it's unsafe, because it really, right now, I feel very comfortable going in there. Um, no problems.
I think that I don't think you'll have a problem with me saying that. When we can get a healthcare professional, you're a nurse, saying that, you know what, the place is clean, the place is safe, the place is, what it needs
Yep.
to be. That's the kind of person that we need to try to really impress, because they know what it takes. You guys, know exactly what it
Yeah,
takes to
because
be
I
clean and
have to
sterile.
clean an OR and make sure
Mhm.
it is up to top standards.
Right.
So I feel very comfortable knowing that you are definitely cleaning everything.
Hmm.
So you're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Me, my whole team, everybody's working hard.
Yeah, it's good to
Everybody's
see
working hard.
everybody. I
Yeah.
miss certain people, but
They'll be
it's
back.
nice to see new faces too.
They'll be back. They'll say you'll be back.
Okay.
All righty. Well, I appreciate everybody taking the time. I really appreciate Laura coming on and talk because tonight. I'm very grateful to have a whole bunch of clients that are just like Laura. That's why we've been able to survive through the pandemic. So thank you very much. Thank you to everyone. And I want to thank everybody who watched this evening or today, whatever time you watch this, to take some time out of your busy day to listen to what we have to say. I don't take that for granted. So look for more insight on how to get fit, feel younger, live better next Tuesday at 3:30. Thanks, Laura. And everybody have a
Have a good
great
one.